Hey guys, what's going on? It's Black Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, I just missed that. I don't know why. I've just done a generalised sort of market update. So if you're not already seeing it, make sure you go onto my channel and find the latest market update. However, I thought, you know what? Seeing as obviously I've not done an update for Stronghold and VELO for at least a few days now, if not a week or two. So I thought, you know what? Similar to what I did in the earlier days when I first started out the channel, I did a Stronghold and VELO video, obviously because they're both built on Stellar Network, Stellar Lumens. So I thought, you know what, let's just go with it. Let's go with the flow and let's create a new up-to-date video. So literally, these charts are so basic. It's unbelievable. So I can't even see this video lasting very long. However, that's great news because you just want to see the bones of it, where the best entries are, and you know how much we can look at making during the next move. So I've drawn this blue horizontal line in anyway. So we're on the weekly time frame here. So this is like the first sort of impulse here. Obviously we've been consolidating here for a good year. Big massive breakout, obviously retracement there, and then we've gone again for that second impulse. Now I believe Stronghold is gearing up here for the third and final move in the bull market. Now I'm just stretching out this red trend line here, which is marking out all the closes here. So I believe we're going to consolidate here up until possibly October time. Until, you know, we could get a breakout sooner, but this is obviously just what this trend line is stipulating right now. This is obviously the current price action here, which we're seeing playing out on this red candle. I do expect to get down to this blue line here. So this is going to be, this sort of area here is going to be the supply and demand. Now, obviously, we've been down as low as there in the correction. So there could be some further downside for... Let's have a look. I'm going to duplicate this line first and foremost, but there could be some further downside for Stronghold. I'd expect somewhere in this sort of region here, in this box. But, you know what? Stronghold. I believe Stronghold's going to bounce here. I can't see Stronghold getting back down to this blue line. However, if it does, it is a massive gift to the Stronghold accumulators, because if you're getting back in sub, well, it's not even 4 cent, is it? It's 0.004. So if you're getting in sub 0.004, then you are literally, you've been given an absolute meal ticket. Let's put it that way, meal ticket. But for me, I'd be looking at placing my entries here on this blue horizontal line. As always, price breaks out and retests the previous highs. It always does it in every single market, known to man. I don't know why it does it. It just does. It's almost like a fact of life. But here we are now. But again, if you want to get in like the optimum sort of time, I'd be looking at getting in October. You know, the markets could surprise you. Stronghold could blast high this red trend line. But we could see it. We could see that. Wait for the retest and then get back in down here. So if you want to hold from now up until October, you can do. You know, what's that? That's like a 4-month period. However, there are probably other cryptos that can obviously pump in the interim as well. There are some great opportunities. But that's where I stand in Stronghold. That would be my sort of accumulation range, anywhere from 0.004 to 0.005. So there we have it, guys, on Stronghold. Now let's go over to VELO. I'll come back with some targets as well, guys. I'll come back over. VELO did something similar. I had this blue horizontal trend line to retest this major structure. On the weekly, we have fallen through, and I've discussed on other videos. What I'll do is clone that as well. I mentioned this red doji candle here on the weekly, so obviously there's a lot of liquidity around here. So this would sort of be my sort of range for accumulation. So right now, VELO is a buy. Yes, we can go lower, but anywhere from 0.014 to 0.009. So there's a little bit more of a bigger window for opportunity here if you was to wait and get in there. 25% better margins, but that's if we get down there. We could see a wick, so I wouldn't be there sat waiting to pull the trigger. If you are into VELO, and you have got an exchange where you can trigger limits on the VELO tether coins, then I would do so. But if you just want to get in now and you're not fussed about waiting, you're not fussed about a 20-25% potential dip, it is just a potential. Again, trading is all to do with possibilities. So we could see a reversal here. So for me, I'm pretty much satisfied the fact that we've actually retested this and we've actually fallen deeper as well. So you actually are getting good value for money in my opinion, because the next sort of target here is obviously up at this sort of purple box here. So that's now approximately 300% increase. So that would be a nice hefty return. And then obviously the next target after that, you're looking at about 15x. And then if we was to take that higher to these highest weekly closes, we're looking at around 141x for VELO as well. So you can see here, guys, how insignificant it is. I know, like I said, it's 20-25% dip, but you could even just stagger your limit orders. You could buy here, buy a little bit down here, and a bit at the bottom blue trend line here, this horizontal line. So that would be sort of my price sort of targets where I would be looking to enter the market. And then obviously if you're a long-term hold, you'll probably want to be holding up here and get that 140x. So that would be my sort of plan. Obviously if you've got to take profits and you're living off crypto, I'll be looking at taking profits here, and then finally here. You could also ride 10% of your bag up higher, but I feel like 140x, you've already made it. You might as well, I'd rather be safe than sorry personally. Let's just flip back over to Stronghold as well, just to see what sort of moves we can expect. So depending on the significance of this dip on Stronghold, that'll tell us exactly how high we're going to go, because what markets tend to do is they like to do a measured move. So what they'll do is you'll take the high and you'll draw, it'll all make sense when I draw it out in a second, but you basically get the bottom and you draw 50% of the range up to the weekly close or the wick, depending what you'd prefer. But what tends to happen is, say for example this is a low here after the high, you take that and then that 50%, that horizontal line, see that's 50% there, that would be a measured move. Put that on top of the wick, so that would be my sort of next target for Stronghold if was to get this early breakout. So that's looking at 770% move. Now I wouldn't expect that anytime soon, just because of the significance of these gains. The market ain't just going to give you like a 7-8x off the bat. So I would expect some sort of consolidation at least along this first sort of trend line. If not, we could fall deeper like VELO is currently doing. They are very similar coins, like I said. They've both probably got similar algorithms because they're both built on stellar networks. So I'd probably be looking down here to get back into SHX. But if that's the case, then you start accumulating down here, obviously the gains are even more. You're looking at, if you're just patient, you've almost doubled your gains. You look up there, you're looking at 14x rather than 7-8x. So that is the sort of power of being able to sit on your hands and accumulate lower. I know it's only 20% dip. Let's just have a look just to be sure. Yeah, so where did I draw lines? From around there, 20 to 25% dip. It pretty much doubles your bag. It's amazing what 20-25% dip can do for your gains if you just hold off before investing in the markets. But that's just a short and sweet video, guys. Anyway, that's been VELO on Stronghold, both built on stellar lumens. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not already subscribed, you're new around here, please consider subscribing. Smash the like button, and I shall see you next time, guys. Block Bull over and out.